somebody has to churn up some stuff on the rumor mill. And the Ringer's Kevin O'Connor said this during a recent episode of the podcast, The Mismatch. He said, quote, I've reported on this podcast and on the Ringer just how the Lakers have their sights set for Luka. We'll see if that works out. Dallas just made a finals. Dallas is looking better than ever with their supporting cast. That may not work out, but the Lakers, by not trading their future first-round picks, clearly are still thinking long-term at this point. They're not going all in like you might expect many teams will do with LeBron James, end quote. Now, Luka being Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic, the guy who just carried the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals. Not like there's a team, they're a team that is a bottom feeder where a star's looking to get out, but they're in the NBA culture says there's always a player inevitably looking to get out, and the Lakers are always the team saying, come welcome, come home to us, come to Staples Center, all this other type, or whatever the hell they're calling that place now, right? I don't know if there's any truth to this at all. I do know that the Lakers are probably looking around at LeBron going on age 40 and Anthony Davis being 30 and being like, not necessarily an old 30 Ice, but a 30 that's got a little bit of tread and some injury concerns. Should the Lakers be going all, the question I pose to you is, should the Lakers be going all in on whatever the future next star is? Or is it the old phrase, if you can't be with the one you love the one you're with?
I don't know. I mean, there's some balance here, right? Like, I think, I don't know. I'm a journalist, so like I think storylines all the time, right? And so the storyline is like, we want LeBron James to go out on a high note. You know, like at the end of the day, I think that's what we want to see. And it may not be everybody.
Do we want to see that?
Do we not? See, because I feel, are we not rooting for him like that? I feel like we are.
I think, for me,
yes,
I think there is something poetic about watching the lion roar one last time, but it means nothing. Because it's the circle of life. It's, going further back. It's Muhammad Ali trying to conjure up that old strength and not being able to get it done versus, the Larry Holmes of the world and all those, and making way for the new heavyweights, making way for the new guys, the transition of power. Like, not the old guys killing the young guys and then walking off, and then you don't feel like the young guys are validated themselves. But watching the old guys, watching LeBron and Steph and KD still be reasonable versions of themselves, but it not meaning anything because these young dudes are taking it from them. It's not being handed, it's being taken. I think there's something beautiful about that.
Yeah.
That's just me. Maybe I'm tripping.
Interesting.
It's just me.
Yeah, I hear you. It's so funny how earlier in our conversation, you were for the young guys. And I was like, no. They need to calm down and have a respect level. And here again, you're for the young guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm an old head then, but I just.
No, I'm not calling you auntie. I'm not calling you.
You can't call me auntie.
I'm not calling you auntie or TT or none of that other stuff.
Ice.
That ain't no term of respect.
That is what my little Amaya, my little niece does call me. TT Ice.
See?
It's okay.
See?
That here.
Ice, I got no problem. I don't have a problem with the old dudes. I wouldn't mind seeing LeBron and Steph on the same team. I think watching the Olympics, that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind seeing KD and Ant playing together. The Olympics always seem to bring out like, oh man, we should play together.
Right.
Like it always brings out something in that. But I don't know. I don't know if the Lakers are trying to prep for the like Luka Doncic per se. Like who knows? If Luka goes and leaves, I don't think he would go necessarily play in LA. He doesn't seem like the type that likes the spotlight. And if he's going to go play with somebody, when he go play with his buddy Nikola Jokic, I'm just saying,
I just think it's a slow news cycle. As a slow news cycle, we needed to talk about something. It's easy to talk about the Lakers because, again, storylines. But I do understand, though. I don't know. I'm sticking with my original statement that as James is old, as AD is getting old, I understand the sense of urgency to like, hey, make it happen. I just don't think it's Luka. I just don't think that's what it is.
Considering I was at a wedding over the weekend, and there's this phrase on this terribly, poorly written wedding song. It is the worst wedding song, Ice, in the history of wedding songs. You're like 4 years old, so you probably haven't, heard it as much. Yeah, I just did that.
Tell me the song.
But the lyrics go on the hook. We ain't getting no younger. Might as well do this, right? If you write that on a note, put that on somebody's door or something like that, I guarantee you will not get a good response. If you put that in a text message, you will not get a good response. If you go to Rob Pelinka as a player and say, hey, dog, we ain't getting no younger. We might as well do this. I don't think that's going to help either.
Facts.
But either way, like I said the most critical thing about this, it is August. It's a slow news cycle. We got to have something to talk about. It's just obligatory. Don't take the bait. Don't get any extra thoughts. Dallas people don't come hitting us up acting like we trying to send Luka off to LA and all that, because it's not. Like, I didn't mind Dallas at the NBA Finals. It's Dallas, so it was like 90 degrees outside, 90 degrees plus like a thunderstorm, and then back to 90 degrees. But, it's worse places to be in June. It's much better places to be in June, but it's worse places to be in June, right? So don't take the bait. Go touch some grass. The NFL is going to be starting up in a couple of weeks. The NBA is just, we going to get right back to training camp and storylines and all that other type of stuff. Don't give too much to this. But one thing we can give a lot to is the great Ice Young. Ice, I really appreciate you.
You too, fam.